Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's lair. I'm your host, Larry, and we're back for some more Kickstarter indie action here today. And we're going to be taking a look at the early demo / prototype for Necrocosmos. It's currently up on Kickstarter, looking to get funded for about 50 grand. It's most of the way there, and I think it looks like a pretty cool game. It's made by the Andromeda Project, which is the name that this game used to have back when I first looked at it a couple years ago. And it's a Metroidvania that's trying to offer you a very large, immersive world with an emphasis on investigating things as a bounty hunter. And our primary bounty hunting tool is a DNA gun that allows us to splice together the DNA and genetic information from multiple species in order to acquire new powers, sort of Metroid style. So we're going to jump in here and see what it's all about and talk about all of that crazy good stuff. I'm actually going to do this as beginner because I'm not the greatest Metroidvania player on the planet. And there's actually a bit of a story to this. So the year is 5135 NT, and due to the deteriorating life cycle of the sun, Earth has become completely uninhabitable. Thus, humans now live scattered across the Milky Way galaxy. Meanwhile, Andromeda, the neighboring galaxy, is slowly advancing towards the Milky Way, and it's set on a collision course that will eventually fuse it with our galaxy, about 2 billion years in the future. So set your calendars, it's just right around the corner. And right now, the Andromeda Galaxy is just close enough so that it is possible to travel to and from. Probably with warp capabilities, I would imagine. And the many mysteries and riches of this unknown galaxy have attracted the first colonists. Scientists, researchers, merchants, soldiers, smugglers, scammers, thieves, fugitives, assassins, and of course our character, Max Weaver, pilot bounty hunter of the spaceship Attila 1. Not to be confused with the spaceship Hammer Attila the Hun, but certainly still pretty spicy. And the first thing that we're greeted with, I actually saw a little while ago, is we actually get to play a mini bullet hell game where we have to navigate our way through this asteroid field and try to reach the Andromeda Galaxy in one piece. And that's actually something I always really enjoyed from platformer games, to try and break up the monotony and to provide you something easy to load to do while the next level of the game is loading up in the background. In this case, we're playing a sort of sluggish bullet hell shooter, which is just asking us to smash through a bunch of rocks and pick up what looks like gold and silver ore. But I like it. I mean, it's good to have mini-games scattered throughout your game to give you something to do, as opposed to just go to this place, shoot a bunch of aliens, go here, get blown up, and then go here and hover, on a giant star map. So, do you want to access the tutorial mission? You know what? Sure. Why don't we go check that out? You never know what it's gonna be like. It could be delicious. So press up to interact, read, speak, pick up, or activate objects, and use doors. Alright, I guess on ours it'll be... Is it the spacebar on the keyboard? I guess it is, okay. So here's our character. Kind of looks like a more Roman-esque Mandalorian armor. Something that you might anticipate coming out of Star Wars. We got a little jetpack. We can... Do I have a laser gun? There it is. There's my DNA gun. It is the X button. And we need to use all of this crazy stuff to try and traverse the world and, I would assume, find our prey or whatever treasure that we've been sent here to get. Graphics are looking improved. The added use of more black in everything to provide some more cell shading is a kind of a cool effect. I definitely dig that. What does this say? Press down twice to get off of platforms, and if you hold down while you fall, you will pass through them without landing. Okay, that's pretty cool. So I'll just go down here. Oh, looks like if you fall a little too fast, you take some damage. What's this say? Don't forget to use your jetpack to decelerate while falling to avoid damage. Oh well, nice of them to let me know after I've broken one of my ankles. Destroy obstacles or enemies with your weapon. The DNA gun, press B to shoot. Or on the keyboard, you're gonna want to go ahead and press the X button. I'm gonna say I kinda still want the jump button to be the up arrow. There's something very disjointed when I'm playing on a mouse and keyboard when you're hitting spacebar and you're hitting the keys at the same time. It doesn't always work for me, but it's not a huge issue. It's just something I'm not really used to. I'm used to the plain Jane button configurations that everyone uses. Most of the shiny items are resources. Collect them to use them as currency in the future. Alright, cool. So it looks like scrap and usable items are necessary in the future. Something like a barter system, which is always a system that I liked. Because why, when you're going across an entire galaxy, why would everyone have the same type of money? Use save stations like this one to save your progress. Saving requires resources. I don't know, game. Saving requires money. That seems like a pain in the booty. Alright, so repair stations require money. Pretty much everything requires money. And engineering stations can be used to improve our armor and weapons. Got it. To climb, just press up. Alright, pretty straightforward. Looks like we can wibble wobble a lot while we're climbing. That might be interesting later. Defeat enemies and they will release DNA. Collect it and the DNA gun will fuse it to make new and powerful shots. Are these enemies shooting jism at us, or what is this supposed to be? Alright. Oh, it's kind of like when I was playing Metroid Fusion, I see. That's kind of neat. So now I've got a... Oh, I thought I had a cool blaster. Well, I guess the cool blaster effect is gone, but hopefully my laser gun is more powerful in general. That's gonna be an interesting question moving forward, is whether or not we're going to get a lot of upgrades every time we enter a new area when we start killing new creatures, or if most of the creatures are just going to be more of a lore dump or something. I don't know, there's a lot of things you could do with that. Obviously, analyzing DNA would tell you... Okay, so if I hold X with your DNA gun, it'll discharge it in a super shot. So that's what I did earlier. And the gun's charge shot drains your DNA. So that's kind of like a Samus power-up Giga Blast from her arm cannon. Duly noted. I'll grab that stuff. Oh, cool. Now I've got like a good proper blaster gun. I do like me some of that. Can I get any more of this? Nope. Looks like certain DNA is only going to give me certain types of weapons. But it would be interesting, it's kind of like playing like a really kind of morbid version of one of the early Kirby games, where you could absorb enemies to create different sorts of weapons. Okay. I think one of my favorites when I was playing those games... Oh, this demo is for demonstration purposes only. Everything is subject to change. Got it. Duly noted, developers. Yeah, what I was saying before was... The planet is completely deserted, just as Attila 1 scanners reported. It will take me some time to explore and find any clues about the scientist camp. Oh, that's right, we're here to explore what happened to a group of scientists. That's what we were hired to do originally. But yeah, I think one of my favorite abilities in Kirby was when you could come up with really bizarre combinations of powers that all worked together, and then you could fight the boss, the end boss of a certain area, while roller skating or ice skating, which was kind of cool. So I'm definitely down to climb with that mechanic in this game. So it looks like you'll just have to keep track of what enemies in each environment drop what kind of DNA, if you want to make the absolute coolest guns possible. Although it looks like they've reset my gun right now, which is fine. I'll just grab some of these coins and we'll just make our way up to the surface. Where in the galaxy could that camp of nerds be? Entry 542, not even 2 minutes into this frying pan and I am already sweating my brains out. The temperature is higher than expected. I can definitely say that I can feel for you, Weaver. Hot weather in like a desert, even if you're in a special air-conditioned power suit, probably gets to you after a while. Although, one thing I can say is at least it's like Colorado, where it's the dry heat. You don't sweat, you just die. But you do it comfortably, as I usually tell people that are from out of town. Wow, this is actually a lot further away than it used to be in the previous demo. Very nice. Don't mind if I do. Still gonna take some getting used to for me to remember to jetpack a little bit when I jump. But aside from that, I mean, the controls feel solid. Everything feels like it should. There's destructible terrain, there's lots of collectible goodies. What else could you really want in a game? Okay, so we're in some sort of nest or burrow. That could be a problem, maybe. How do I get down here? Well, it looks like whatever that is, I'll have to get it some other time. We'll just have to keep blasting our way through here. So it looks like the scientists must have gotten nibbled by something. No matter what galaxy you're in, I'm sure no animal is going to pass up free calories when it comes to eating living things. And scientists that aren't accustomed to your environment are probably really high up on the snacking pool. Ow. None of that, Mr. Robot. A shame I can't get any DNA from the robots. I'd really like to start seeing, even just already, this early in the game, some cool DNA combinations. So I'm gonna guess that's going to be one of our primary arch nemesis in this game, is dealing with robots that can't power us up because they are filled with not DNA, but instead robot parts. There we go, kill you. How much health do I have? What is my health bar? I guess up at the top here, it's my armor meter next to the jetpack. That would make sense, because I can't imagine our fleshy body could withstand too much abuse without our armor. So where in the flibbity floop am I? Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, hey. No one asked you. Silly robots. Lasering Larry is, I don't know, for the cops, the space cops. So there's a little repair. What does this computer say? Andrew Beth's diary. Entry 45, spring, day 17. We have been digging on this planet for 2 APRP seasons, and we haven't found any trace of the ruins detected by the topographical scanner. The planet's surface is extensively composed of thin layers of sand, and this lithosphere has a very low density. The subsoil is mainly composed of granite, making a quick and easy excavation rather impossible without the use of tools that could damage the archaeological remains. I am concerned about the depleting all of our resources before we can properly examine these ruins. We need to be careful. Okay, so things weren't going quite as planned here. Anything in this room? Hello, glowing things, my favorite. Andrew Beth's diary, entry 37, autumn day 5, APRP. After the wonderful findings, we made the planet temporarily denominated as the Blue Planet. We couldn't be more thrilled about this new expedition. In just a couple of days, I will have the topographical scanner installed to erase all doubts. If readings obtained are correct, the ruins 10 times larger than the ones found on the Blue Planet should be buried under this desert. Unfortunately, we established the main lab on the Blue Planet, so we only have basic excavation and construction equipment here. Alright. That's not bad. Okay, so it looks like things were going alright. Not great, but alright. Andrew Beth's diary. This is a disaster. It has been 15 days since the excavation tools found the entrance to the ruins, and we still don't have any lighting equipment installed in the underground laboratory. Dr. Oppenheimer trusted me to explore this planet, and I don't plan to return empty-handed, much less saying that we weren't even able to build a competent laboratory in such a long period of time. I don't understand Oppenheimer's decision to add all these unnecessary soldiers to the team, instead of competent researchers who won't spend resources in skeet shooting sessions. Alright, so some of the backstory doesn't add up. Good to know. I guess we're just gonna have to find the rest of this and see where it takes us. Just grab that. That'll probably be useful later. What? Ooh. Got some more lab. And a bloody elevator. What might be a bloody elevator? Some smashed up computer. What's this say? This junk is asking for a 4-character password. Let me guess. 1, 2, 3, 4? Checking password. Password accepted. Max Weaver. Activating elevator. Elevator activated. Sweet. Was there anything else outside I should check out? Probably just more natives trying to shoot me. Like this little robot head. A little bit of money, but this early in the game, I don't really see us having too much to spend money on, so let's just jump in here further. We gotta start killing some aliens, alright? Okay, so it looks like they've started to build a proper facility down here. Everything looks a little bit abandoned and crunked, though. Which is probably not for the best. Got a few old, dilapidated turrets that... They're probably not super old, but they definitely look like they could do with a little bit of maintenance. Deserts are typically pretty hell on your equipment, I will say. Got some more resources that we could use as money. There we go. Just blow you up. What's in here? Hey, it's a lab with another diary. Andrew Beth's diary, entry 65, 2nd autumn, day 11. The situation is completely unstable. Those bastards have pillaged the storerooms and consumed all the resources that we needed to live out for the rest of the whole season. I am completely sure of who is behind this attack, and I could not be angrier. Those fools have killed us all by doing this. Oh, so those soldiers betrayed them, huh? With the scarce amount of resources, we can't make it through the second winter. Dr. Elizabeth Feynman insists that we reschedule departure for day 1 of the second winter, that we invest the remaining time to pack up as many findings as we can to investigate them in the Blue Planet. Could someone please explain to me how we can pack a whole planet? Well, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. That's the name of the game when it comes to... Oh, there's a bunch of goodies in here and some healing. Yay, I'm repaired. Sweet. Yeah, you gotta make do with what you can when you're a researcher out in the middle of nowhere. Cause, you know, you can end up in a lot of weird places in the world, or the galaxy. You can be in a hostile foreign country where a rare and endangered species is. Or you could just be trying to before a more violent group from another country tries to destroy an ancient monument. I don't know, but being like a researcher can be a very dangerous gig, despite what they might have told you in school. I can certainly say that much. So what's this say? Diary number 50, entry 57. The MRI and the autopsy of the alien give more questions than answers. Being barely, 0.640 m of length, it exhibits clear predatory characteristics. Retractable claws, powerful limbs, and excessively sharp fangs. Oh, good. They woke the aliens up. Good. The thing that gives the most questions is the incomprehensible structure of its cerebellum, or cerebrum. The cortex area is unlinked from the cerebellum, and at the same time, each and every one of its lobes is isolated from the rest. And this is without including the temporal lobe is almost non-existent. It's absurd. It's not logical. How can an organism like this live? How does it store memories? How does it compose sweet, smooth jazz? Now these frickin'... I don't necessarily like how these little turrets are placed so they can shoot just over a rise, but I can't. I'm calling shenanigans, folks. I am calling all the shenanigans. All right, I need some aliens. Bring me the aliens. There are more aliens by now. What is this? Ah! That thing shot me, and it hurt a lot. Ew, butt. Well, at least this healed me back to 2 points. Could be worse, I suppose. How many resources do I have? 571. Not bad. Looks like all of these lockers are also filled with goodies. I think in the future, this game is going to need a lot of information about what is activatable or not. Because at present, it's sometimes, I'm just guessing that anything that would logically be openable for a regular human being is something that I might want to open. Did I look at this computer? Yes, I did. Okay. Where did I come through in here? I'm like lost now. Was it up here? No, it wasn't up there. Must have been back this way somewhere. Alright, I guess I kind of screwed the pooch on that one. Guess we'll go back this way. I think the one thing in this game that would probably drive me the most nuts would be... Oh wait, there's a door here. Now I remember. I think the one thing that might drive me the most nuts in a game like this is probably the fact that you gotta wait before using the jetpack. I'm used to games that automatically recharge the jetpack once you hit the ground. I don't know if that's feasible in this game, I'm not the developer, but it certainly seems like an option. So come on, Larry wants to shoot some aliens. I got the gist that some things went bad. Whoops, I skipped past that by mistake. So what does this say? Andrew Beth's diary, entry 56. I can't believe it. This is amazing. We have found an undamaged biological organism in hibernation. Dr. Feynman was right. The deciphered writings pointed out that these ruins were a research laboratory. Is that not paradoxical? I want to know everything about this alien. A definition that I am not comfortable with, since technically we are the aliens here. Alright, so it looks like stuff may have gone south from here. Sounds good to me. Frickin' robots trying to shoot me. Why can't it just be eels? I can deal with space eels. Everyone's trained to handle space eels. You just grab them by the flibble-flebble, and then give them a twist around, give them a little shake, and you're good. I don't see what's so complicated about that, but no. Everyone's like, but Larry, if we want to defend our stuff, we gotta use a robot. Everyone's used to using a flibble-flebble by now. So, be that as it may, it is what it is. Oh, this is a really big fancy room. It looks like the main computer. Let's see what it can tell me. Just what I thought. This isn't the main laboratory. I'm not in the planet where it's located. This mess is just a temporal investigation camp. Apparently they sent the most useless scientists. Alright. The main laboratory is on the blue planet, and parsecs away from the star. Let's hope the scientists there are more competent than the ones here. Danger! Oh, am I gonna have to shoot something now? Threat detected. Quarantine protocol activated. Oh, good. This garbage thinks that I'm a threat? Well, technically I am. Oh, hi, friend. Oh, it's like a zombie. It says Mercs. Oh, that looks like one of the aliens that Ripley would have to deal with on several occasions. All right, settle down, you. All right, so this is almost like one of those aliens from The Thing, where it could absorb your cells and use that to fight you. Okay, oh, those don't look good. Those look bad. Oh, it's got DNA in it. Okay, I can certainly work with that. Alright, so at least the DNA bolts travel farther, so it's a little easier to fight this guy. Because constantly having to stay inside the danger zone was a little bit obnoxious. Alright, so I gotta say, this whole game feels a lot more solid than it used to. But the other thing that's kind of bugging me is that I feel like there's too much wait time between reading those diaries and starting to shoot your first alien in this galaxy. I'd figure there would be at least 1 or 2 aliens in the environment you could fight, that make up the natural predators and species of this planet before you get to this thing that, like, absorbed a scientist at some point. So that was the threat. Corruptionus sapien. That's the rank of, or that's the name of that enemy? Okay, and we got a rank of B for killing that on easy. So I guess I need to improve my platforming skills, or maybe use a controller next time. Did that just call my name? I think it did, sir. I think it did. But we got a full, well, a nearly full repair. I guess we can get out of here now. Do we have to fight our way out through a bunch of these? Probably. With any luck. I have no idea what's wrong with this planet, but I'm out of here. There has to be a way of opening this door. What if I execute the threat scanner again? Danger alert! Danger alert! 956.3. Okay, it's a bunch of bad stuff. It's a bad protocol. We gotta get out of here. There's only so much time. Gotta go, Max. Gotta go right now. Oh, look, we got like aliens coming out the wazoo now. All right. See, this is exactly what I was talking about. I feel like these types of critters should have been more prevalent by now. Because we've got like a flying dude, we got a bunch of little crawlers. Where were these guys before? I can't imagine that in the time it took us to go from one area to the next, that... Oh, is it time to fix stuff? Yeah, I should probably fix my gear. Alright, that's good. Oh, we've got elite armor now, sweet. Or had elite amount of resources. But yeah, I mean, I feel like these aliens probably would have been around a little bit before now, but I'm not exactly an alien expert, as I was saying prior. But yeah, I've been your host, Larry. Thanks for joining me for some Necrocosmos. It looks like it's gonna be one heck of a game. You gotta fight through some aliens, you gotta go on a bunch of different missions, you gotta unravel what presumably this weird scientist and his rabble are up to. And yeah, I mean, you can back it, you can just share it with your friends, whatever you want. Links are in the description, and I'll catch you guys and gals next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good one.